It has now begun, people. Utah governor declares state of emergency due to civil unrest by Brittany Bernstein out of the National Review. And you're going to see a lot more of this, people. Wake up and see what is happening, slowly happening around the country in the U.S. Civil unrest in the wake of a pandemic of COVID-19. Utah Governor Gary Herbert declared a state of emergency in Salt Lake City late Thursday, citing clashes between police and protesters who flooded the streets after the city district attorney announced that the May police killing of Bernardo Palacios Carvajal was justified. So, in the case of Salt Lake City officer involved critical incident that resulted in the death of Bernardo Palacio Carvajal, District Attorney Sam Gill's findings provide significant evidence of justifiable action of Salt Lake City police officer Mayor Erwin Mendenhall said in a statement, "This evidence shows that our officers acted according to their training and the state law regarding use of lethal force." I want to warn you, people, there is a war going on, and it's not just in Utah. It's in LA, it's in Utah, it's in New York, it's everywhere. It's in Seattle, it's happening in the rural countries, it's happening in the South, it's happening everywhere in the US. It's because we are at odds, we are at our wits' end. There is sickness everywhere, there's discord, there's a lot going on, and there's civil unrest in all areas. And so be prepared, you guys, to see many states that have to declare states of emergency for several different reasons that all point to the injustices of poor people in general and people who have exploited them and used race or used their privileged culture or used their money or their classism to pretty much put people at odds with one another and pit people against one another, and also deny people of their civil rights in terms of living. So here we go. We have yet another person who has succumbed to police that are pretty much, or have pretty much, they have officers that have used their powers to pretty much put people at a disadvantage, and even at the hands of losing their lives because they want to use the badge to hide behind their biases and their racial beliefs. So protesters broke windows to the district attorney's office, leading police to deem the demonstration as an unlawful gathering. And we have the gatherings and the civil unrest in the middle of a pandemic. So there's crises upon crises that is unfolding all over the nation. And it's going to get worse, people. This is the tip of the iceberg. Demonstrations then disrupted the traffic in the city downtown area, allegedly used pepper spray on officers, and one officer was taken to a nearby hospital. So police arrested 2 protesters, the department said. So the state of emergency order, which closes Utah Capitol grounds to the public, will stay in effect until at least July 14th. Herbert also offered Utah's Department of Public Safety to the Salt Lake City. So in May, police fired 34 shots at Palacios, leaving him with more than a dozen wounds after a report of someone making threats with a weapon. CNN reported this, so I know that for some, today's decision does not feel like justice, Mendenhall said, but it has become increasingly apparent in our city that across the nation that there is a difference between what so many feel is morally correct and what is considered appropriate and justified under the law. And so That's pretty much the article. It's very short, simple, and to the point. But I want to just make mention that you're going to see a lot more articles like this in different cities all around the US because people are fed up. People are fed up. They are clearly fed up. So get ready, get prepared because it is just the tip of the iceberg.